Hi, this is yugioh. Welcome back to the channel. So I know all two of you are going to be asking, where have you been? One, hey, thanks for asking, man. Number two, you know, doing what I normally do and procrastinating to the next video. Well, you might have been asking, what are you doing then? One, hey, too many questions, slow down. Two, well, I didn't look at every Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon monster and analyze whether or not they'd be good lovers, because that'd be ridiculous. So Legend of Blue Eyes can be broken down into 87 monsters, 1 effect, 4 flip, 10 fusion, and 72 normal monsters. There's a lot. Starting off, number 1, Trihorn Dragon. They start off by saying he is unworthy, and he's honestly got too many pointy bits, so that's gonna be a pass from me. Number 2, Blue Eyes White Dragon. What can you say? Blue eyes, fair skin, looks like he's trying to snuggle you. I mean, if this isn't a pass, I don't know what is. Number 3, Hitotsumi Giant. I really wanted to say no to him, but as you look into his eye, it looks like he's kind of smiling, and he's kind of just getting ready to hug you. Also, they describe him as having thick and powerful blows, so you might be into that. Good lover. Number 4, Flame Swordsman. This was the easiest one so far. He's a warrior. He's ready to protect you. And I mean, just look at him. He's a good lover. Number 5, Skull Servant. He's wearing a slick purple robe, which is the color of royalty. He's a servant, so he's probably nurturing and caring. The only thing that off-puts me about this card is why does it look like he's gonna give me a titty twister? Why did you have to put that on there, Konami? I'm gonna give him a pass though, but I really just wanna know. Number 6, Dark Magician. This dude fucks. This dude fucks. He is the ultimate wizard. That's it. That's all you gotta know. Number 7, Gaia the Fierce Knight. I am going to have to get back to you on this one. Number 8, Celtic Guardian. Look at him. He's attractive. He'll protect you. He's taken the time to learn his sword, which shows he has good resolve and patience. Plus his fashion sense is kind of immaculate. He's a good lover. Number 9, Basic Insect. Yeah, he lives in a forest, so he probably doesn't smell that good, and he's always hanging out with his friends. Why? Because he's basic. That's all you gotta know. He's a little cuter than your average insect, but that's not gonna, we shouldn't settle for that. That's a no. Number 10, Mammoth Graveyard. I spent way too much time looking at a picture of a mammoth skeleton. He's very clearly loving of his family, but the issue is that he's a mammoth skeleton, and I can't look past that. So he seems like he'd be a better friend than a lover, so I'm gonna go with no. Number 11, Silverfang. He looks really good, but don't let that distract you from the fact that he's a wolf. I know that won't dissuade some of you, but it does me, so that's a no. Number 12, Dark Gray. Yeah, he's way too shy. Rarely seen by mortal eyes, he's right, because I have no memory of this card existing. Meaning if you have him now, you're probably not gonna have him later. So I'm gonna have to pass on him. Number 11, Trial of Nightmare. He's judgy, he harms helpless people, and he's a sword, and I'm gonna have to say no to the sword. Plus he has a brother, Trial of Hell, that is way hotter and cooler. Number 14 is Nemoriko, and I ain't doing this one because I ain't going on the list. Number 15th, the 13th Grave. He's very off the radar. You know, he showed up in a grave that was supposed to be empty. So he's probably emotionally and physically unavailable a lot of the time, so he's not a good lover. Number 16, 17, and 18. Cherubin the Fire Knight, Hinotamasol, and Monster Egg. So the fusions get a little difficult because, you know, they're a combination of monsters and they don't have flavor text. So I have to rely on a picture and kind of what the other monsters were like. But I'm really wondering how we got from Monster Egg and Hinotamasol to this. Because neither of these are good lovers. Hinotamasol is an asshole who pushes through everyone, and Monster Egg is a Monster Egg. Monster Egg doesn't even describe what Monster Egg is. Why is he a warrior? So he grows up and he still hides his face after all this time? All 3 of these fuckers get a no. Number 19 is Flame Manipulator. This is just a guy. Like, just the dude with flame spells. I mean, if you look a little deeper though, it's called Flame Manipulator, meaning he participates in manipulation tactics, and we do not accept that. So Flame Manipulator's a no-go. Number 20 is Firegrass. This dude looks like a pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies, and I'm not really into that. But, you know, he's also found near volcanoes and shoots fire, so he's probably not actually that friendly. That's a no. Number 21, Petite Dragon. Don't let the cuteness fool you. He's known for his vicious attacks. That's a no. Number 22 is Dark Fire Dragon, and based off the last two, doesn't really bring anything to the table, so I'm gonna have to say no. I can't even hug him. Number 23, Dark King of the Abyss. He's not really a looker, and besides that, he seems to like the dark, and I am scared of it. But also, it seems like he doesn't even have his powers anymore. Like, it looks like he might be royalty, but he seems like the kind of guy that peaked in high school, and that's kind of all he talks about. So I'm gonna have to give him a no. Number 24, Fiend Reflection number 2. I don't know how you can be the second best at something when the other guy hasn't shown up in 23 years. So it shows a lack of hard work. That probably means he's not going to be a good lover. And because I had to look this up, there actually is a Fiend Reflection number 1. He was only printed in Japan, but has come out in almost every game, including Duel Links in 2019, which was... It's weird that the card just like doesn't exist in America. Number 25, Mystical Sheep number 2. Unlike the last guy, he came before his brother, and he's still number 2. Also, he's described as monstrous, which is pretty much never a good thing. So he's probably not a good lover. Number 26, Petite Angel. Yeah, he's just too fast-paced and small. You'd probably never be able to have a moment with him that isn't ruined by his inability to sit still for a little bit. Also, he's half feet, and I don't like that, so I'm gonna say no. Number 27 is Fusionist. The fusion between Petite Angel and Mystical Sheep number 2 is perhaps the worst thing I've ever looked at. And in fact, God will smite you for even thinking about it. Pass, and God help us all. Number 28, Turtle Tiger. He's protective and defensive, has a hard to crack exterior, meaning he probably is not gonna open up to you. That's not a good lover. Number 29, Aquamador. This one might seem obvious, but he's only known for putting up walls, and that scares me because he's probably never gonna actually open up to you either, and that's still not good. No go on Aquamador. Number 30, Kagemusha of the Blue Flame. He's attractive, and because he's a master, he's well-trained and dedicated, and he has a willingness to put others ahead of himself. So, probably a good lover. Number 31, Flame Ghost. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I said yes to Skull Servant, so let's look at No to both. Next. Number 33, Two Mouth Dark Ruler. Plus side, 2 mouths. Downside, covered in teeth and also electricity. So that's gonna make things a little hard to get close. So probably not a good lover. Number 34 is Root Water. It's amphibious, so at least you can see it on land, but I don't know what the Dark Sea is, and I don't think he's gonna tell you. So he's not a good lover. Number 35 is the Furious Sea King. Yes, he's a king, and yes, he's chiseled, but he's the same thing as Root Water, but even worse. And he's furious about it. A furious king leads to rebellion, and you do not want to be around for that. So I'm gonna have to give him a no. Number 36, Green Phantom King. He's a young king, but a phantom, and he also seems a little too into his plants, like he might care about them more than you. But he also lives in a green world, and I don't know what that is. Is it the same thing as the dude who lives in a blue world from the Eiffel 65 song? Just green? Also, what happened to his hand? Global warming? There's too many questions, no. Number 37, Ray and Temperature. I feel like they kind of already have each other, and we'd feel like we'd just be a third wheel to them, and that's never really the vibe you want. I'm just gonna have to say no. Like, they could be good lovers to each other, but not to us. Number 39, Masaki the Legendary Swordsman. He's famous, he's a veteran. Everybody loves a man in uniform. This guy doesn't tick all the boxes. I don't know what does. He's a good lover. Number 40, KURAMA. He just looks like he's up to no good. Also, he's described as vicious and attacks from the sky, so I'm gonna say he's probably not a good lover. Number 41, Mystical Elf. Described as delicate and defensive, it seems more like she's had her heart broken in the past. She's probably not a good lover now, but could be in the future. So I'm gonna go with no, but if you give it some time, maybe? Number 42, Tyhone. While I wanted to say yes to this thing simply because of the mouth, it says he's built for long distances, and that might be good for some people, but not me. So I'm gonna say no, but leave it up to judgment. Number 43, Beaver Warrior. Despite the size disadvantage, he adapts, he overcomes, And he's the only person who bothered to give you his first name. Louise, you get a yes. You're a good lover. Number 44, Curse of Dragon. Nobody described as wicked has ever been a good lover, and he looks like my sleep paralysis demon, so I'm gonna say no. Number 45 and 46, M Warriors 1 and 2. They both get a yes because they both show cooperation by working well together, and they have a calming aura. Number 47, Carbonala Warrior. I don't know how we got from this from the last two, but he's even more of a Giga Chad. And now they've just freed up time to hang out with you. So he gets the good lover pass. Number 48, Giant Soldier of Stone. While he's a trained soldier, a little too cataclysmically strong and made of rock. So he's hard to crack, and you can't share the bed with him, so he's probably not a good lover. Number 49 is Arabi. He seems a little out of control. He overdoes it, he's quick to act. So these are all red flags. He is not a good lover. Number 50, Red Eyes Black Dragon. While he's slender and sleek, he is described as ferocious and deadly, and those usually aren't good things, so he sadly has to get a no. Number 51, Reaper of the Cards. Reaper of the Cards has the opposite of whatever sexy arms are. He's also aggressively coming at you with a weapon. Also, Konami, why did you make the numbers on this card suck? It's a no, and a no forever. Number 52, Witty Phantom. After the last few, this guy seemed like a pretty safe option. Sure, he presides over the dark, and I'm still scared of the dark. But as I was looking at him, I found that his translated name was Jin Death Satan. Good lover, and I will not elaborate further. Number 53, Larvus. My jaw hit the fucking floor when I saw Larvus. Everything about this dude sucks. But don't tell him I said that, because he will fucking kill me. Because he is, and I quote, a fast-moving bird-like creature that strangles opponents with his long, thin arms. If I saw this thing in my house, I would burn it down with me in it. Absolutely not, and shame on you for asking. Number 54, Hard Armor. This is just a suit of armor. Literally just a suit of armor. And it's violent. I didn't know suits of armor could have emotions, but this one just wants to attack. So he's not a good lover. The back half of this set fucking sucks. Number 55, Maneater. The last one was a suit of armor, and I would take that over this. Not only is it literally just poisonous, not only is it literally hungry for human flesh, but it doesn't even look good. There's no chance in fucking hell this thing's a good lover. Number 56, Spirit of the Harp. After the last stretch of monsters, I shouldn't have to explain why the fairy that plays soothing music from her harp gets the pass. A good lover. Number 57, Armail. This guy is so strange that it says it in the card text. Think about that. Think about what we've seen, and this is the one that gets described as strange. Also, he doesn't seem to have anything below the torso except a giant weapon, which leaves a lot to be desired. Not a good lover. Number 58 is One-Eyed Shield Dragon. He's smart enough to wear armor, I'll give him that, but also he has spikes coming out of his back, which makes him incredibly difficult to cuddle with. You'll always have to be the little spoon, unless you want to get stabbed. And that's not really the best deal for you guys. So he's probably not a good lover. Number 59, Dragonus the Wicked Knight. Alright, the fusion between Armail and One-Eyed Shield Dragon can't be that bad, right? Please God, I need this. Thank you. Number 60, Terra the Terrible. No one good has ever earned the title Terrible. He lives in a swamp. I was really trying to get past the looks thing, but he looks like Shrek if Shrek was fucking garbage. So no. Number 61, Frenzied Panda. Usually being a panda gives you some cuddly points, but he's literally a wild animal just whacking things with bamboo. He isn't endangered, you are. Not a good lover. Number 62, not even gonna bother to learn how to pronounce this name. It's a giant spider, and I don't like spiders. This thing crawled out of my nightmares. It's not a good lover. Number 63, Metabat. This is just an eyeball with claws and wings. He was created by a servant of the wicked. There's nothing remarkable, he's just an eyeball. And it's bloodshot. His tail is longer than his body. There's nothing good or redeeming about this. It's a no. Number 64, Enchanting Mermaid. I really wanted to say yes to this card. Just because of all the garbage that we've had to sit through. But she's a literal murderer. I don't know, maybe after the last stretch, this is what I need to get me out of my eternal hell. But she literally manipulates people to death too, so I have to say no. Number 65, Fire Yarrow. Most people described as malevolent and have fire powers are typically not good lovers, no matter how good he looks. You have to ignore the looks. Probably a good Tinder fling, but not a good lover. Number 66, Spiked SEADRA. Man, LOB really had a thing for spikes. Not only are they spikes, but they're electric spikes. You can't even touch him. How could he be a good lover if you can't touch him? Number 67 is Tripwire Beast, and he literally has electrical conductors on his back. I do not know how you're supposed to get intimate, not a good lover. Number 68, Skull Redbird. He looks pretty prim and proper, and then you realize he's called Skull Redbird because he's a red bird sitting on a skull. Number 69, nice. Arm Ninja. You know what? Arm Ninja kinda sexy though. I just wanna think he protects me. After everything I've been through, can you blame me for just giving a pass on this one? Number 70, Man-Eater Bug. My happiness could never last. No. Just no. I don't ask me to elaborate. Just no. Number 71, Sandstone. This says he appears from underground, so he's probably a little shy. But I'm not gonna lie, it's a little hard to get past the everything about this monster. He has no eyes, 2 mouths, and one of them is on his tail. One arm has Wolverine claws, and the other one's a plant-like whip. I just don't know how I could make this work. And I can't even attempt to begin to understand how. So probably not a good lover. Number 72, Hane Hane. No flavor text to work with, makes this one a little difficult, but honestly, he's Reaper of the cards, but softer and cuter. I'm gonna say he's a good lover, but this is the bare minimum. Number 73, Misaruzame. Probably didn't pronounce that right. Kazuki Takahashi, why was everything covered in spikes? Oh yeah, he has a missile launcher attached to him, but he also doesn't have arms, so I have to assume that that's part of him. Not a good lover. Number 74, Steel Ogre Grotto number 1. It's a worshipped steel idol that is described as picturesque. I think the bar is so low that I'm gonna have to say that he's a good lover, simply because he has a following, so he must be doing something right. Number 75, Lesser Dragon, minor. Nope. Says it's a minor. I ain't catching a case. Number 76, Metal Dragon. The fusion of Steel Ogre Grotto number 1 and Lesser Dragon is the fusion between a religious idol and a minor. There's a lot of jokes to be made here. He's a minor, and I'm not gonna have people speculate whether or not I'm into that. I'm not, so no. Number 77, Dark World Thorns. Okay. Somebody has a spike fetish. That's the only explanation for this. This isn't even the only murderous plant in this set. It's literally built to kill unaware people. Not good in any way. Not a good lover. Number 78, Flower Wolf. It's the fusion between Silverfang and Dark World Thorns. It's still a wolf, but it's pretty this time, but I'm still not into it. So not a good lover. Number 79, Drooling Lizard. He is a snake in human form that attacks passerby. He can't be that good of a lover if he lashes out every time you try to get near him. So that's a no. Number 80, Armored Starfish. I put one more in the no, and we're moving on. Number 81, Succubus Knight. The worst thing that they can do is bone-chilling spells, but they're literally a succubus, so compared to Vampire Lizard and Forbidden Fleshlight, I'm gonna have to say it's a good lover. Number 82, 83, 84, 85, and 86 are the 5 pieces of Exodia. The right and left legs are not good lovers because I am not into feet, and that's literally all they are. The arms, though, are gonna get a pass because they look good for hugging. The head gets a yes for obvious reasons. And finally, the last card. So the last card is Gaia the Dragon Champion. From the start's an interesting conundrum. We have to go back and look at Gaia the Fierce Knight though. From first glance, you'd think, yeah, this guy's a good lover, like, you know, he looks pretty good. He's a knight, so he has to be brave and strong. But the description talks about the horse just as much as him. So I had to ask, is the horse a part of Gaia? So I had to look at all the other Gaia cards. I had to get online you know, look through the entire Gaia archetype, which broke my own rules to not look outside the set to influence me. But the question that I had needed answering like immediately. I look over the other Gaia cards and I'm left with more questions. Some of these look like the same guy, but some of these look like different guys. Is Gaia an earned title? Like, is it like having the title of a general? Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight appears without a horse. So I have to be led to believe that the horse isn't a part of him and he can get off of it. But does he want to? In almost every single one of these arts, they're riding something. So am I led to believe that Gaia are the equivalent to horse girls? Not that there's anything wrong with that, I'm just trying to figure this out. Like, how much care does he need for these animals? Is he gonna spend too much time on them? Is he gonna be too busy for you? But I'll give him the fact that he's a knight, so he you know, he's probably well-trained, dedicated, he'll protect you. So I'm gonna say that Gaia the Fierce Knight's a good lover. But then the bigger problem is Gaia the Dragon Champion. This is just Gaia sitting on Curse of Dragon. He got up from one mount and got on another. This answers my question that, yeah, the horse probably isn't a part of him, but then that means these are just two separate monsters. This isn't what I'd call a fusion. I don't fuse with my bed when I lay down on it. Am I fused with my chair sitting here writing the script? It also comes with, I gave a no to Curse of Dragon and a yes to Gaia. Is Gaia gonna try to get me to fuck on Curse of Dragon? Or is Curse of Dragon involved? Like, am I joining the polycule? Like, am I supposed to treat these as separate entities or one entity? And that's when the answer hit me. Austin, what the fuck are you talking about? You spent over an hour of your life looking at Gaia cards just to try and see how fuckable Gaia the Dragon Champion is. Literally any use of my time would have been better. And I'm just gonna have to give him a yes to end the fucking video. So that's it. All the monsters. As you can see in my time away, my IQ has become shockingly low. So I'll never do that again. I don't know, man. Like, share, subscribe. Comment your least favorite part of the video. Just insult me in the comments. Do all that so I can become famous enough to be the next person to box Michael Reeves. See ya. You never see it.